the omnipresent God. 38. God's heart exists not only in the Word but also in everything He created. God's heart is everywhere throughout heaven and earth. Thus we say there is nowhere that God does not exist, that is, God is omnipresent. Since God's heart is in all things of creation, if you want to be in His heart you should embrace everything that exists in heaven and on earth as your own. Our heart desires to go beyond our people, the world and all created things and be with God. In our heart we yearn to go to the place where we can even claim that God is ours. A person who has such a heart is with God. 39. How can we feel God's ubiquitous presence? We should feel the air as God's breathing, and when a storm hits, we should feel as if He were sneezing. When we see flowing water, we should perceive it as the sweat God has shed as He overcame His course of suffering for the sake of the world. When we look at the sun, it should bring to mind the life elements of the entire universe, and teach us God's love. God created nature as a textbook for us, His beloved sons and daughters, to provide us deep experiences of His heart and bring us joy. 40. The words, "In heaven and earth, I alone am the honored one and I am omniscient, omnipotent and omnipresent, and nothing comes into existence except by me," were spoken with love. Through love, we can be omnipresent. In love, there is nothing to hide. Everything is obvious. The moment you love, everything is open. God wants to be omnipresent, omniscient and omnipotent, with love at the center. 41. If God did not exist in the universe might as well be empty. But since God exists, the universe is completely full. It is full of love. Hence, once we come to know that God exists, we feel that the universe is full even when we are alone. God is everywhere. We come to feel that He is everywhere. In the midst of such love, God's omnipresence deeply moves us. But if we do not know God, everything is empty. 42. If you ask whether God exists, I will answer that God definitely exists. Where is He then? He is in the place nearest to us. That is why we cannot see Him. He is so extremely close to us that we cannot see Him. Can you see your eyes? They are too close to you to allow you to see them. Likewise, we cannot see God because He is so close to us. 43. Man and woman each represent God. God is not somewhere else, He is in our hearts. So prayer is a conversation with the heart. God is the root of the heart. As we go deeper into the heart we will find God at the deepest root of our conscience. Next, God is the root of love, the root of life, and the root of lineage. Thus we need to be grateful whether we are at home or out in public. Wherever we go, in the country or in the world, we should always be grateful. Even when we go to heaven the same principle applies. If we follow this rule, we will pass freely wherever we go. It is the same whether in the kingdom of heaven on earth or the kingdom of heaven in heaven.